奉主耶稣圣名在这里分享神的话。
In the name of Lord Jesus, I share the words of God with you.
愿神的恩惠及平安常常与主内的弟兄姐妹同在。
May the grace of God be with all of you.
那有一个故事是这么说的，
There's a story that goes,
就是在一个夏天的晚上呢，有一个人呢走在一个街上，
one night in spring, there was this man walking on the street.
这个人呢走着呢就走到一个巷子里面，都是住宅区。
And as he was walking, he went through this residential area.
我们都知道说美国在夏天的时候呢，他们都会做一个夏天的清理。
So we know that during summer, there is a custom that we do summer cleaning, spring cleaning.
所以呢，这个人呢，他就看到在一户人家摆了一个箱子，
So this man actually saw a box outside someone's house.
这箱子是要回收的。
And this things inside the box is meant for recycle.
这箱子里面呢，有一台收音机，还有旁边还有一盒没有过期的饼干。
And inside the box, there was this a radio and also a box of cookies, which was not expired.
这个人因为刚好也需要一台旧的收音机，所以他因为天黑，他也没有看清楚，他就把这盒整盒的这个要回收的全部抱回家。
And because it was dark at night and this man couldn't see properly and he also needed a radio, so he brought this box with him and he took it home.
过了不久之后呢，整个城市的警察都启动去找这个人。
And not long after that, all the police in the city mobilized and started looking for this man.
并不是因为这个人偷了什么，还是做了什么坏事，
It is not because this man has done some crime,
而是因为把这个收音机和这盒饼干丢出来的这个屋主呢，打电话报警说，其实那盒饼干里面是有放老鼠药的。
but it was because the person that threw out this box actually called the police station and made a police report that the cookies inside this box have been laced with rat poison.
所以这些警察呢，其实在寻找这个人呢，就是为了要救他的这条生命。
So the police were actually looking for this man to save him.
而很多时候，神的恩典就是这样子。
And many at times the grace of God is likened to this.
我们就像这个故事里面的这个人，
We're also likened to this man in the story.
或许我们会为了过去为了做一些事情之后而逃避神的恩典。
Sometimes we hide ourselves from the grace of God because of some past mistakes that we have made.
但是神今天寻找我们的时候，并不是要对我们所做的来惩罚我们，而是要对我们施下恩典。
But today, the reason why God is searching for us is not to punish us for our past mistakes, but rather to grant grace upon us.
所以今天早上想用走出罗底巴这个题目来跟大家来谈论神的恩典。
So today, I would like to use the topic of out of Lodebar to share with you regarding the grace of God.
我们来谈3点，
Let us discuss on 3 points.
我们来谈恩典的起源，
Firstly, the origin of grace
接下来我们来谈恩典的机会，
and the opportunities of grace
那最后我们来谈这个领受恩典的障碍。
and the obstacles in receiving grace.
那希望说，教会的联会将要来到，
And we hope that as the spiritual convocation is approaching,
那希望我们对于恩典更深一层的了解的时候呢，我们有这个意愿去把这个恩典去跟我们周遭的人一起分享。
and as we have a deeper understanding of regarding the grace of God, we're able to share it with the people around us.
那我们来翻开撒母耳记下的第9章。
Let us refer to 2 Samuel chapter 9.
撒母耳记下第9章
2 Samuel chapter 9,
的第1节，
verse 1.
旧约圣经撒母耳记下第9章第1节，
2 Samuel chapter 9, verse 1.
我们从第1节读到第7节。
Let's read from verse 1 to 7.
第1节，大卫问扫罗家还有剩下的人没有？我要因约拿单的缘故向他施恩。第2节，扫罗家有一个仆人名叫洗巴，有人叫他来见大卫。王问他说：“你是洗巴吗？”回答说：“仆人是。”第3节，王说：“扫罗家还有没有？我要照着神的慈爱恩待他。”洗巴对王说：“还有约拿单的一个儿子是瘸腿的。”第4节，王说：“他在哪里？”洗巴对王说：“他在罗底巴，亚米利的儿子马 马奇家里。第5节，于是大卫打发人去，从罗底巴亚米利的儿子马奇家里招了他来。第6节，扫罗的孙子约拿单的儿子米非波设来见大卫，伏地叩拜。大卫说：米非波设说：仆人在此。第7节，大卫说：你不要惧怕，我必因你父亲约拿单的缘故施恩于你，将你祖父扫罗的一切田地都归于你，你也可以常与我同桌吃饭。请读。
2 Samuel chapter 9 verse 1 to 7. Verse 9, Now David said, Is there still anyone who left in the house of Saul, that I may show kindness for Jonathan's sake? Verse 2, And there was a servant of the house of Saul, whose name was Ziba. And when they called him to David, the king said to him, Are you Ziba? And he said, At your service. Verse 3, Then the king said, Is there not still someone of the house of Saul, to whom I may show kindness of God? And Ziba said to the king, There was still a son of Jonathan, who is lame in his feet. Verse 4, So the king said to him, Where is he? And Ziba said to the king, Indeed, he is in the house of Machir, the son of Ammiel, in Lodebar. Verse 5, Then King David sent and brought him out of the house of Machir, the son of Ammiel, from Lodebar. Verse 6, Now when Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, who had come to David, he fell on his face and prostrated himself. Then David said, Mephibosheth. And he said, Here is your servant. Verse 7, So David said to him, Do not fear, and I will surely show you kindness for Jonathan your father's sake, and will restore you all the land of Saul your grandfather, and you shall eat bread at my table continually. Amen.
好，那今天早上我们会用短短的这7节来做分享。
And today our sharing will be based on this short 7 verses.
我们从这个故事里面呢，我们会来讲到说，大卫如何代表了神。
And through this story, we would also learn how David represents God to us.
我们人又是我们人呢是用这个米非波设来做代表。
And us, the human race, will be represented by Mephibosheth.
那我们是怎么样从神那边得到恩典？那得到身为恩典的受益者又是如何？
And how do we receive grace from God? And being the recipient of grace, how is it so?
那大卫的一生呢，他对扫罗的家呢都带有慈爱，都很仁慈。
And throughout the life of David, he has always had loving kindness towards Saul's family.
因为扫罗是神所膏的。
Because Saul has been anointed by God.
另外一个原因就是扫罗和约拿单，就是大卫的儿子，有一个很亲密的关系。
And the second reason is that David has a close relationship with Jonathan, who is the son of Saul.
当扫罗和他的儿子在战场上跟非利士人交战的时候死掉。
And when Saul died while in the civil war, fighting the Philistines,
那个大卫之后就接了王位。
and David continued with the throne.
那圣经上记载说，大卫的国度呢，日日的强盛。
And the Bible recorded that the kingdom of David became stronger and stronger every day.
而扫罗的国度呢，扫罗的家呢，就日日的衰败。
Whereas the family of Saul became weaker and weaker gradually.
而在圣经中里面呢，我们也可以看到大卫他是不断的要跟扫罗的家有办法和平相处。
And we could see that David has always attempted to live harmoniously with Saul's family.
但是我们同时也看到说，虽然大卫很尽力，但是也是不能避免这个内战。
And we know that even though David tried his very best, but they could not live harmoniously.
所以我们在撒母耳记下的第8章，在这里呢，我们看到大卫在继承王位之后呢，他也有很多的胜利。
We could see that in chapter 8, after David inherited the throne, he had many victories.
所以大卫这时候已经成为王了，那他有很多胜利，他什么都不缺。
So at that time, David already became the king, and he was lacking in nothing.
但是在这个不缺的大卫呢，到撒母耳记下的第9章，就是刚才我们读的呢，他缺了一样东西。
But this David who lacks nothing, in chapter 9 that we just read, it says that David was lacking in one thing.
而大卫现在在寻找一个他可以因为约定而施恩的人。
That is, David was looking for this person whom he could show this covenant kindness to.
所以这个人是谁呢？
And who is this person?
圣经上记载说，这个人名字叫做米非波设。
The Bible recorded that this person's name is Mephibosheth.
而米非波设的意思呢，就是毁掉、羞耻。
And the meaning of Mephibosheth is destroy shame
还是不再有羞耻。
or to forgo shame.
所以呢，如果我们来看撒母耳记下的第四章第四节，
So if we refer to 2 Samuel chapter 4 verse 4,
在这里呢，圣经介绍米非波设，
here it mentioned regarding Mephibosheth.
请读。
Chapter 4 verse 4, 2 Samuel chapter 4 verse 4. Jonathan, Saul's son, had a son who was lame in his feet. He was 5 years old when the news about Saul and Jonathan then came from Jezreel, and his nurse took him up and fled. And it happened, and she made haste to flee, and he fell and became lame. So his name was Mephibosheth.
在这里，圣经上记载说，米非波设他的生活很困苦，也很艰难。
Here it mentioned that the life of Mephibosheth was filled with sufferings and difficulties.
因为当这个孩子在5岁的时候，他得到消息说他父亲和他的就是阿公在战场上跟非利士人打战战死了。
Because at the age of 5, he received the news that his grandfather died in the war with the Philistines.
他不止同一天成为孤儿，
Not only suddenly did he become an orphan,
因为得到这个消息，他们需要立刻起身而逃跑。
but because also they received the news, they had to flee immediately.
因为我们都知道说，传统的做法就是当一个新的王继任的时候，他会把之前的这些有可能的继承人，还是他的这个有可能的继承人全部除掉。
Because we know that traditionally, when a new king inherits the throne, the practice is that he destroys the beneficiaries and the second generations of the reigning king.
甚至我们从历史当中也看到，有一些王甚至把自己的亲生弟兄姐妹派到边疆去，还是把他们囚禁起来，就是因为怕他们有一天会反叛他、推翻他。
And we know that some king even demote or dispatch his siblings to a remote area just because to prevent them from fighting for the throne one day in future.
所以在这种情况之下呢，照顾米非波设的这个仆人呢，抱起他要逃跑，而不意中跌倒了，然后米非波设因此就瘸了。
So this servant who was taking care of Mephibosheth, she carried him and tried to flee, but in the midst of that, she fell and Mephibosheth became lame, became crippled.
所以呢，我们来看回第9章的第1节，
So let us refer to chapter 9, verse 1.
我们来看这个恩典是如何来的。
So from this chapter 9, verse 1, we'll study on the origin of grace.
在第1节这里呢，告诉我们说，其实这个恩典是大卫所发起的。
Here it says that this grace actually originated in the mind of David.
换句话说，这个恩典今天存在，是因为出于赠予者他有这样的心意。
So actually, strictly speaking, this grace is originated from the mind of the giver who has the intention to give.
而恩典这个字，今天在我们基督教里面呢，我们常常用。
And this word grace has often been used by us in Christianity.
但是今天我们用了这个字，我们到底是不是有一个对这个字有真的很深入的理解？
But as we use the word grace, do we have a deep understanding of it?
而如果查圣经工具的话，恩典这个字在圣经上很常出现。
And if we read the Bible, the word grace often come out in the Bible.
有时候会有蒙恩的意思，
Sometimes it means favor,
甚至有时候会有善意的意思。
and sometimes it means kindness,
那有时候有慈爱的意思。
and sometimes loving kindness.
但是圣经上在以弗所书这边告诉我们说，恩典是神给我们的一个礼物。
But in Ephesians, the book of Ephesians, it says that grace is a gift from God.
所以今天不是因为我们有能力，我们去赚得这个恩典，而是这个恩典是免费的赐给我们。
And today, grace is not given to us because we have the ability to earn it, but rather it has been given us for free as a gift.
或许在人生中，我们有时候我们是属于 我们是属于这个赠予者，就是给恩典的人。
Sometimes in our lives, we could be the giver of grace.
有时候我们是在这个接受的尾端，我们是接受恩典的人。
But sometimes we are on the receiving end, that we are recipients of gift.
但是如果我们今天给恩典的话，或许是出于方便，
Sometimes we grant grace out of convenience,
或许有时候是出了同情，
or sometimes it is out of empathy,
或许有时候是出了爱还是仁慈。
or maybe love or kindness.
但是如果我们是接受的话呢，有时候我们接受的时候，我们会发现说，这个恩典其实是交付给我们的。
And as the recipient, we know that this grace has been granted upon us.
有时候这个恩典会解放我们，
Sometimes this grace will liberate us.
所以在精神上、在心灵上，我们不会有感觉到有这种重担。
That is why, in mentally and emotionally, we would be free from the burden.
那这个恩典大多数对我们接受者来说也是免费的。
And to us recipients, this grace has been given upon us for free.
但是我相信大家都可以认同，就是说这个恩典是由上往下的这个方向而来的。
But I think all of us would agree that grace is from top down.
所以当我们看回圣经这一段的时候呢，其实我们看是大卫先发起这个找米非波设的有这样的心意。
So from the Bible, we learn that David was the one who initiated the search for Mephibosheth.
当米非波设还不知道的时候呢，大卫已经知道他了。
And even before Mephibosheth knew of David's existence, David already knew of him.
当米非波设还不知道的时候呢，大卫已经去寻找他了。
And even before Mephibosheth had any knowledge about the matter, David was already looking for him.
就像今天我们还是圣经上告诉我们说，我们还是罪人的时候，我们还在死在罪中的时候，耶稣就替我们死了。
And just like us today, that in the midst of sin, even though we are dwelling in sin, Jesus has already died for us.
那甚至有时候我们在我们的母亲怀里，耶稣那时候已经选召我们了。
And sometimes even as we are in our mother's wombs, Lord Jesus has already chosen us.
而今天人类可以得到最大的恩典，就是救恩。
And today, the biggest grace that we can receive as humans is the salvation.
其实神在创造天地万物的时候呢，一切都是美好，一切都是完美的。
So when God created the whole world, everything was beautiful and perfect.
救恩并不是一个必需品，
So salvation is not a necessity.
但是因为人类犯罪，所以救恩成为了免费给我们人类的一个恩典。
However, because humans have committed sin, that is why salvation has become a grace that will be given to us humans freely.
那我们从圣经上里面也可以看到说，很多时候神的恩典其实是在他的这个律法以内的。
So we can see that many at times the grace of God is within the parameters of God's law.
所以神的恩典并不是没有范围的。
That is why the grace of God is not without any boundaries.
而圣经上也告诉我们说，神的恩典它是带着真理的。
And the grace of God carries with it truth.
所以当神那我们来谈说神这个恩典是用来服侍人的。
And also we know that this grace is used to serve others.
那我们就知道说，刚才有提到说大卫跟约拿单他们有盟约。
And we know that David and Jonathan, they establish a covenant.
那他们盟约就是说，无论是谁活得比较久，要彼此照顾对方的家庭。
And the covenant was such that whoever outlives the other party would need to take care of the other party's families.
所以今天大卫对米非波设蒙恩，并不是米非波设本身他的人，而是因为约拿单的缘故。
And today, Mephibosheth became the recipient of grace not because of himself, but rather because of his father, Jonathan.
大卫在这里，他并不认识米非波设。
David in the story does not know of Mephibosheth.
他这么做，因为是大卫对约拿单有一份兄弟之情的爱。
And David was looking for Mephibosheth because out of his love and his loyalty to Jonathan.
同样的，今天神他看我们的时候呢，是因为耶稣的缘故，所以呢，我们才可以成为义人。
And today, we can be righteous people because God has chosen us through Jesus.
我们来看这个哥林多后书，
Let us refer to 2 Corinthians.
哥林多后书的第5章
2 Corinthians chapter 5,
的第21节，
verse 21.
哥林多后书第5章第21节，
2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21.
请读第5章第21节。
2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21. For he made him who knew no sin to be sin for us, and we might become the righteousness of God in him.
所以在这里告诉我们说，
So here it says,
因为神的缘故，所以因为神的缘故，因为耶稣的缘故，所以我们在神面前都成为义人。
and because of Jesus, we became righteous people in front of God.
所以这个是这一段小弟对于这个恩典的来源的一些解释。
So this is some explanation regarding the origin of grace that I have made.
那接下来呢，我们来看回这个撒母耳记下的第9章，
And now let us turn to 2 Samuel chapter 9
我们来看恩典的机会。
to look at the opportunities of grace.
撒母耳记下的第九章，我们可以把红线夹在这里。
Okay, so let us put a bookmark here. 2 Samuel chapter 9.
我们来看第3节。
In verse 3,
第3节这边提到说，大卫问说，扫罗家还没有剩下一个人。
so here David asked, Is that not still someone in the house of Saul?
而这个仆人洗巴就对王说，
So this Ziba told the king,
说还有一个人，他是瘸腿的。
There is still a son, and he is lame in his feet.
所以我们看的话，这个洗巴这个仆人，并不是介绍米非波设以他的名字去介绍的，
So from here we could see that Ziba did not introduce this Mephibosheth via his name,
而是以他这个身体上的状况去介绍这个人。
but rather through his physical condition.
虽然这个是一个很残忍的现实，但是也是我们人类通常会犯的错误。
Even though this is a very cruel reality, but this is something humans often, a mistake that we often do.
因为我们人类通常记得都是会对不好的东西印象会比较深刻，胜过于好的东西。
Because we human beings often remember the negative rather than the positive.
就像相信大家都有听那小孩子说狼来的故事一样。
Just like we all should know about the story of the boy who cried wolf.
就像这小孩子他喊说狼来了，狼来了。
So this boy cried wolf a few times.
虽然前面几次是骗人的，但是后面那一次，当真正狼来的时候，没有人要相信他。
And because he was lying for the initial few times, later on when wolf really came, no one believed him.
就像小弟这次有一点感冒，
Like I'm suffering from a flu right now.
那其实现在小弟感冒都感觉到有时候会很好，要跟公司请病假都很好笑。
So I feel that it is funny when I want to apply for medical leave with the company.
因为有时候身体没有说不舒服，只是有点累，所以呢想说就请一天病假，不要去上班。
Because once in a while when I don't really feel sick, but rather I was just tired and I applied sick leave.
那有时候当然跟比较好的同事就会讲起，反正他们也不会去跟老板直接说。
So I did mention regarding this to some of my colleagues who are closer to me.
但是你现在真正感冒了，你传简讯给他们说，哦，今天你不来上班了，他们会说你是真的感冒吗？还是假的感冒呢？
So now that I'm really suffering from flu, that I text and inform my colleagues, they will be asking me, "Oh, are you really sick, or are you just kidding?"
好，就像历史当中也是这样子教导我们的。
So the history also taught us so.
就像中国历史的曹操，他也是这么说，
Just like this war hero Cao Cao in China,
他也是说一次不忠啊，百次不用。
he said that once disloyal, and you shall not use that person for 100 times.
所以我们可以看到说，很多时候我们或许做错一件事情，就被人家贴上了一个标签，
So we know that often once we make a mistake, we will be labeled for life.
还是或许有时候我们因为过去的一些错误，还是我们在个性上的缺点，会成为我们的标签，我们的一个记号。
And sometimes for us, because of some past mistakes or some impurities in our characteristics, we will be labeled by those.
我们或许很尽力的想去把这个坏习惯给改过来，
And many at times we try our very best to correct and to improve ourselves.
还是我们或许很尽力去不要在别人面前留下这样的形象。
Or many at times we want to renew this bad impression in other people's eyes.
但是我们对于现况有时候感觉到很无助，
But we're pretty helpless.
我们没有办法帮助我们自己，我们对现况我们也不能做改变。
We are unable to help ourselves, and we can't change the current situation.
特别是有一些已经成为事实的东西，我们更没有办法去做改变。
Especially some of the things that already became reality.
我们也不能去回转时光，
We're unable to turn back time.
甚至有时候时间逼着我们要去接受这样的一个事实。
And sometimes the time factor forces us to accept the truth.
就像米非波设，他瘸腿就是瘸腿了，
Just like Mephibosheth,
他就是一辈子不能以我们站着的眼光去看这个世界。
the fact that he is crippled, he's not able to look at the world from a normal side like us.
但是我们只要靠着神的恩典跟能力，神会改变我们，
But for us, through God's strength and guidance, God's able to change us.
神会去改造我们，会去更新我们。
God is able to transform us and renew us.
我们来看这里的第3节，
Let us turn to verse 3.
这里呢，在这里说米非波设是瘸腿的，
In verse 3, it mentioned that Mephibosheth is crippled.
这个是在这一段第一次提到米非波设是瘸腿的。
Over here, it was the first time mentioned that Mephibosheth is crippled.
第一次提到的时候呢，这个是一个人的观察，
And the first time that it was mentioned that Mephibosheth is crippled, it was through an observation of a man.
但是我们来看第13节，
But when we read verse 13,
这里再次提到说米非波设，第12节，好，第12节的最后半段说米非波设是瘸腿的。
and in verse 12, 这边是13
13节，13节。
in verse 13, at the end portion, it again mentioned that Mephibosheth was lame in both his feet.
差在哪里呢？
But what is the difference?
差在说他后面这次提的时候呢，米非波设带着神的恩典。
The difference is that the second time that it has been mentioned here regarding the crippledness of Mephibosheth, it says that it carries with it God's grace.
小弟要强调一点说，并不是说因为今天米非波设得到神的恩典，他从瘸腿就可以开始走路。
Now, what I would like to emphasize is not that. After receiving the grace from God, Mephibosheth became able to walk again.
而是米非波设他在他的地位上有了一个转变。
But rather, there was a change in his status.
米非波设不用再过这种逃难的生活。
He no longer needed to lead the life of escapism.
从今天开始，米非波设他是王的儿子，
But rather, he became the son of the king.
他可以与王一起同桌吃饭。
And he was having a meal together with the king on the same table.
就
at
像
the
同
same
样的，
table.
今天我们接受耶稣基督之后，我们依然是活在这个世界里面。
Just like us today, even though we have received Christ into our lives, we're still living in this world.
但是我们并不是在黑暗里面，而是我们是在光明里面。
But we no longer dwell in the dark, but rather in brightness.
而我们接受耶稣基督之后呢，我们的身份也有所改变。
And after receiving Christ, there is also a change in our status.
圣经上告诉我们说，我们是君尊的祭司，圣洁的国度。
It says that we are the
Royal priesthood
we are the royal priesthood
and holy nation.
and a holy nation.
我们来看这个诗篇102篇，
Let us turn to Psalms chapter 102.
诗篇102篇
Psalms 102,
的第19节，
verse 19.
诗篇102篇第19节，请读。
Psalms chapter 102, verse 19. For he looked down from the height of his sanctuary, from heaven the Lord viewed the earth.
在这里提到说，神在至高的圣所上面看下来。
Here it says that God looked down from his sanctuary.
其实小弟要讲的就是说，其实神所看到的跟我们人所看到的真的是不一样的。
So what I would like to emphasize is that what God's able to see is different from what man is able to see.
我们来看雅各的故事好。
Let us refer to the story of Jacob.
我们 在人的眼光，我们会认为说雅各他是一个很完美的人，很完整的人。
In our perspective, we would think that Jacob is a perfect man.
雅各他有他的家，他有他的事业，他事业有成，
Jacob had a successful career,
他的财富也不少，
and he's very prosperous,
他又有家庭，
and he had a family,
娶了4个太太，这么多的孩子。
and he had 4 wives and many children.
在我们人的眼里，雅各很像似乎什么都不缺。
So in our human eyes, it seems as though Jacob was lacking of nothing.
但为什么在人的眼里什么都不缺的雅各，神为什么要在比努以勒那边去改造他呢？
For this Jacob, who has been deemed as a perfect man in man's eyes, why did God let him learn a lesson and transform him in Peniel?
所以在创世纪的第32章
In Genesis chapter 32,
那边告诉我们说，雅各跟天使摔跤。
it says that Jacob wrestled with the angel.
那我们都知道说摔跤结果，但是雅各胜了。
And we know that through the outcome of the wrestle is that Jacob gained victory.
但是雅各他也因此瘸了。
But Jacob also, because of this incident, became crippled.
我们或许读这段故事的时候，我们会认为说，我们或许会有一些想法。
Reading this story, we might have some thinking.
我们或许会认为说，摔跤得到这么激烈啊，
We might think, oh, what a great fall.
真的就是有这么想要赢吗？甚至赔上一条腿都值得吗？
Does he really intend to win so much that he even sacrificed a foot?
赢了又怎么样呢？你现在不是瘸了吗？
So what if he gained victory? He became crippled anyway.
如果我是雅各的话，我宁愿不摔。
So if I were to be Jacob, I'd rather not fall.
算摔的话，我也不要赢。
Even if I fall, I'd rather not win.
但是我们来看创世纪第32章。
Let us refer to Genesis chapter 32.
创世纪第32章的第31节。
Genesis chapter 32, verse 31.
创世纪第32章第31节。
Genesis chapter 32, verse 31.
日头刚出来的时候，雅各经过比努以勒，他的大腿就是瘸了。
Verse 31. Just as he crossed over Peniel, the sun rose on him, and he limped on his hip.
所以在这里我们可以看到一个很美好的画面，
So from here we could have a nice picture in our head.
但是并不是我们像在电视里面看到的这个画面，
But it's not likened to any image that we could see from the TV.
很像说太阳日落了，可是印第安纳琼斯他就骑着马，向着这个太阳日落的方向而去。
Rather, not that when the sun sets, Indiana Jones head towards the sunlight.
而是太阳升起了，但是呢，你看到的是一个人走路，他是100的走路。
But rather, when the sun rises, there was this limp person who was limping towards the sun.
但是雅各现在呢，在神眼里他是完全的。
But now Jacob, in the eyes of God, was perfect.
雅各他已经不存在了，
Jacob no longer exists.
并不是他这个人不存在，而是他内心的那个人已经不存在了。
It is not this person, Jacob, who was no longer in existence, but rather his inner self.
所以神给他改名叫做以色列。
So God has changed Jacob's name to Israel.
所以我们真的可以看到说，我们人看的跟神看的真的是不一样的东西。
So we could see that man's perspective is greatly different from God's perspective.
人看的是外表，神看的是内心。
Men look at people's outer appearance, but rather God look at our hearts.
或许我们信了神之后，我们的经济情况并没有改善，
Maybe our financial situation has not changed even though we have believed in God.
但是在神的眼里，我们变成富足了。
But in God's eyes, we are wealthy.
或许我们信了神之后，我们并没有增加智慧，在我们人生当中，在做选择的时候，知道哪一个是比较好的选择。
Even though we might not have gained a lot of wisdom after believing God to make the right choices,
但是我们有圣灵的带领，我们有圣灵的保守，帮我们度过每一天。
but we have the guidance of the Holy Spirit to guide us through day by day.
所以我们来看回这个撒母耳记下第4节，撒母耳记下第9章第4节。
So again, let us refer to 2 Samuel chapter 9, verse 4.
在这里呢，大卫问洗巴说：“米非波设他人在哪里呢？”
So here in verse 4, David asked Ziba, where is he?
那这个洗巴告诉大卫说：“米非波设他是在 罗底巴这个地方。
So Ziba actually informed David that he is in this place named Lodebar.
而罗底巴是一个城市，是在约旦河的东边。
Lodebar is a city east of River Jordan.
这个地方呢，平常是这个是一块荒地，被毁掉的一个地方。
And this piece of land is a destroyed pasture.
所以罗底巴在原文的意思呢是2个字，
And the meaning of Lodebar is formed by 2 words.
漏就是没有的意思
Lo means no,
，debar 就是就是牧养还是丰盛的意思。
and Debar means pasture.
所以我们知道，我们可以看罗底巴在这里呢，就代表是说没有人去牧养的地方。
And we could see that Lodebar, this place, is somewhere where nobody pastures this place.
是生命不会成长的地方。
And it's somewhere which life will never grow there.
所以喜巴他也很聪明，把这个上一代王的这个君王的孙子摆在这里，因为没有人会来寻找他。
And Ziba is actually intelligent because he kept the grandchild of the reigning king in this place where nobody could come and find him.
但是在罗底巴，这个米非波设失去他所有的品级，
But over here in Lodebar, Mephibosheth has lost all his ranking.
他失去他所有的盼望，
He lost all his hope.
他失去他所有的尊敬，
He has lost all his respectability,
声誉也是，
his reputation,
甚至自我生活下去的意愿。
and also his will to live on.
但是我们可以看到说，在这里大卫去把这个米非波设从罗底巴救了出来。
But we could see that in this story, David went to Lodebar to save Mephibosheth out of Lodebar.
就像今天耶稣基督他来到这个世界，他是要救罪人出这个黑暗。
Just like today, Jesus Christ comes to this world to save us human beings out of the darkness.
那我们接下来我们来继续看说，为什么得到恩典有时候会有一些障碍。
And next we would study on why is it that sometimes there are some obstacles in receiving grace.
我们看到第5节，大卫差遣人去把这个米非波设从罗底巴接出来。
And in verse 5 it says that David actually sent forth people to save Mephibosheth out of Lodebar.
大卫并没有在高在上说罗底巴，他也不管他的情况，就是说你自己走来耶路撒冷来见我。
David did not ask Mephibosheth to come and seek for him in Jerusalem on his own.
大卫是差遣人去罗底巴这个没有生命的地方，去把米非波设接了出来。
But rather, David sent people to this Lodebar where nobody lives there to save Mephibosheth out of Lodebar.
而这个就是恩典，
This is grace.
这就是为什么今天神给我们的恩典值得我们每天去颂赞的。
That is why the grace that God has given us today is worthy of our praises every day.
当我们很无助的时候，当我们很绝望的时候呢，神伸出援手拉了我们一把。
When we're really helpless and hopeless, God will lend a helping hand to save us.
罗底巴并不用成为我们长久之地，
Lodebar does not need to be our permanent place.
罗底巴只是成为神把我们拉出来的一个地方。
It is only somewhere where God wants to save us from.
小弟记得有看过一个片子，英文叫做《Shawshank Redemption》。
There is this movie that I remember watching called Shawshank Redemption.
那这个片子呢是讲说，他是演2个囚犯被关在监狱里面的一个故事。
And this movie is regarding 2 prisoners who have been imprisoned.
一开始他们被关的时候呢，有一个囚犯，他一天到晚他就想尽办法要如何从这个监狱里面逃了出来。
And initially, one out of these 2 prisoners were trying all attempts to escape from the prison.
而过了好几年、好几次，他都失败。
But after several attempts, he failed.
一直到有一次，因为他品行优良，所以呢，他们决定早日的释放他。
And one day, because of his good conduct, the prison warden decided to release him earlier.
而要在释放他的时候呢，他反而那时候不想出来了。
But when the prison wardens wanted to release him, he actually refused to be released.
他说这个监狱的四面墙啊，一开始的时候呢，他感觉到说很像限制他的自由。
Initially, when he was first imprisoned, to him, these four walls in the prison was actually a restriction to his freedom.
但是被关了20-30年之后，这四面墙成为他的一个依靠。
But after 20 to 30 years that he has been imprisoned, these four walls already became what he relies on,
成为保护他的一个东西。
became a protection to him.
所以今天我们很多时候也是像这个犯人一样，
And many at times today, we are likened to the prisoners.
我们并不想出罗底巴，
We do not intend to be out of Lodebar.
甚至我们有意在属灵上贫穷。
Or perhaps we have no wants to continue being in poverty spiritually.
我们有意住在一个没有人关怀、没有生命的地方。
We would rather live in somewhere where nobody cares for us and there's no life in it.
常听长子会这么说，小弟听过长子一个见证，
I've heard of this testimony by a church minister.
就是说有一个人慕道一阵子之后呢，他决定要受洗。
There was this person who has been truth seeking for a while and he has decided to be baptized.
那长子就去他家，然后就跟他再次谈论一些道理。
So this church minister went to his house and preached to him continuously.
然后就问他说：“你决定要受洗吗？那要受洗的话，那有这些怎么说，就是十诫啊，这些基本教育的东西，跟他重新的复习。”
So this minister actually did a revision with him regarding the 10 Commandments and the basic beliefs.
告诉他说：“那受洗之后要守安息圣日哦。”
And so the church minister told him, after receiving water baptism, you have to observe Sabbath.
这个人听了之后呢，他要受洗的心啊，已经死去了一半了。
So this person, after being informed that he need to observe the Sabbath, the will of him wanting to receive water baptism has faded by half.
想说我在慕道的时候，我爱来就来，为什么我受洗之后，我每个礼拜六都要去教会呢？
He was thinking, being a truth seeker, I can come to church anytime, or if I don't have to. But why is it that after receiving the water baptism, I have to observe the Sabbath?
那传道就去跟他讲说，那受洗之后，你的伴侣啊，不能乱换呐。
So this minister told him that after being baptized, you can't have casual relationships.
那之后又要十人奉献了。
And you have to offer tithes.
哇，讲完之后呢，这个慕道朋友呢，他就说，那传道，我看我还是再考虑一下好了。
So after this sharing with him regarding these commandments, this truth seeker, he said, "Oh, I would rethink again regarding my decision of getting baptized.
那我还是认为说，我老的时候，我洗礼比较适合我。
And maybe when I'm really old at age, then I would it is more suitable for me to be baptized then."
所以我们可以看到米非波设他今天躲藏大卫，他是有原因的。
And there is also a reason why Mephibosheth was hiding from David.
好，可是今天我们躲藏神也是有我们的原因。
And today we hide from God because we have certain reasons too.
好，在创世纪第3章第10节那边告诉我们说，因为亚当跟夏娃吃了那个善恶果树上的果子。
And in Genesis chapter 3 verse 10, because David and Eve has taken this fruit of good and evil, and they have committed sin,
所以呢，他们听到神的声音，他们会怕，他们隐藏自己。
they became afraid when they hear Jesus' voice and they hide themselves.
而圣经上在罗马书第3章第4节那边告诉我们说，在神面前没有人是义人的。
And in Romans chapter 3 verse 4, it says that no one is righteous before the eyes of God.
所以不是义人的人，他们会去避免神的面。
And for the unrighteous, we would hide from God.
很多时候，包括小弟自己，在认为说真耶稣教会在讲这个罪的时候呢，其实很没有顾虑到我们朋友的感受。
Sometimes we, including myself, realize that when the church is talking about sin, perhaps we've neglected the feelings of our friends.
但是如果我们对神的恩典有一个真正明白的话呢，那我们就知道说，恩典间存在的一个原因，就是因为罪的关系。
But today, if we have a deep understanding regarding the grace of God, we would know that the existence of grace is because of sin.
谁又不想说来到教会之后，可以开开心心的，然后想要做更好的人？
Who does not come to church with the intention of being a better person?
谁又不想说聚完会之后，他的心灵上可以被提升？
Who does not wish to be uplifted after coming to church?
走出这道门的时候，对下个礼拜希望说可以做一个更好的人，更好的基督徒，可以荣耀神。
And hoping that, walking out of this door, in the week to come, this person shall be a better person.
但是这个过程当中，需要神的话去照进我们的心里，
But in this process, we need the words of God to shine into our hearts,
去照到最深、最黑暗的地方。
to shine towards the deepest part in our hearts.
这有时候会造成我们生活上的一些干扰，
And this would cause some disturbance to us,
会疼痛，
and we would feel the pain.
甚至有时候它会照出我们的羞耻的地方。
And sometimes it would shine forth the shame in us.
但是只有经过这个过程，我们不足的地方，我们亏欠神的地方，才可以被显明。
But only through this process that our imperfections shall be revealed.
而我们这个不洁净的东西，才可以被神的荣光给燃烧掉。
And our uncleanness, impurities, will be burnt through God's the glorious light of God.
今天很多时候，我们不愿意去接受神，是因为我们对我们的生活，我们不想做改变。
Today sometimes we refuse to accept Christ because we are reluctant to make any changes to our lives.
所以当我们在看是米非波设躲避神，米非波设躲避大卫，不是大卫躲避米非波设。
So in this story, we learned that it was Mephibosheth who was hiding from David, but not the other way around.
但是我们不要忘记说，把米非波设从这个从罗底巴出来的，并不是恐惧，而是恩典。
But we know that what actually guided Mephibosheth out of Lodebar was not fear, but rather grace.
我们来看第7节，
Let us refer to verse 7.
在第7节这里告诉我们说，大卫把米非波设大卫把扫罗家之前所有的这些产业全部交给米非波设。
So over here we see that David actually submitted all the kindness and the inheritance of Jonathan to Mephibosheth.
然后之后告诉米非波设，他以后可以与王同桌吃饭。
And told him that from then onwards he shall eat bread at the king's table continually.
或许我们会认为说，神在寻找我们的时候，神会去算我们过去的错误。
Perhaps we think that when God is searching for us, he would actually take into account of our past mistakes.
或许我们逃跑是因为有我们过去不好的经验，还是我们羞耻的地方，所以我们躲避神。
And sometimes we escape from God or hide from God because of our past mistakes or our impurities.
但是我们来到神的面前的时候，神就像大卫这样子会告诉我们，
But when God seek for us, he would tell us, just like how David said to Mephibosheth,
说你不用惧怕，
that you do not be afraid,
那他会赐恩典给我们。
do not fear, and he will grant grace upon us.
那我们要永远在神的面，
And forever we will be before God's face,
那我们永远也要与主同桌吃饭。
and we will be having meals with God, will dine with God continually.
所以今天我们还在神恩典外面的，并不是因为神的恩典不够大，
And today, for those who are still outside the grace of God, it is not because the grace of God is not great enough,
还是神的爱它不够，
or the love of God is insufficient,
而是因为我们自己本身对神的恩典还不够明白。
but rather we are still lacking towards the understanding about the grace of God.
所以今天早上我们从短短这7节，我们学习到恩典是如何来的。
So from this short 7 verses this morning, we have learned regarding the origin of grace.
我们学到说，在我们人生很失落的时候，神伸出援手来帮助我们。
We learned that in our very low point in life, Lord will lend a helping hand to save us.
神看过我们的过错，
God sees past our mistakes.
事后我们也谈到说，这个要如何得到神的恩典。
And we also learned how do we receive grace from God.
那我们也谈到说，有一些事情会避免我们去得到神的恩典。
And also we learned that there are certain obstacles which prevent us from receiving grace from God.
或许今天接受耶稣基督，我们会有迟疑；
And today we might have some doubts when receiving Christ.
或许我们的欲望不够强，
We
我们的渴望不够强，
perhaps our thirst for God is not strong enough,
或许我们的信心不够，
or our faith is lacking,
还是或许我们自己内心里面对过去会有挣扎，
or maybe we have some struggles regarding our pasts,
还是或许我们会认为说我不配神的呼召。
or maybe we think that we are not worthy of God's calling.
但是我们不要忘记，神也是这样子告诉，当保罗在祷告的时候，神也是这样子告诉保罗的。
But let us not forget that this is what God said to Paul when Paul was praying,
神告诉保罗说：“我的恩典够你用，
that my grace is sufficient for you,
我的能力在你的软弱上得以完全。”
for my strength is made perfect in your weakness.
所以，我们现在起立来唱诗
Now
477首。
Let us arise and sing hymn 477.
One side alone, besides the highway begging, he